I think that my obsession with Victorian clothing started when I was a very little girl. My grandma bought me the book The Little Princess by Princess Yasmin. So they actually made a film of it when I was about 9, I think. But I was just really taken with the description of all of the clothing in that, and I wanted all of that clothing. And also, much to my mum's dismay, I always used to stop outside this one particular wedding dress shop. Like, my mum's very sort of left-wing, not really into marriage kind of so I think that was like my rebellion. Yeah, so it just kind of developed from there. And then when I was a teenager, I was like on the goth scene and people were wearing corsets then, so I started trying to make my own.
So do you think like moving to London had something to do with your creativity? Do you draw inspiration by the people around you and the people you see in the street?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's probably influenced my direction, definitely. But I mean, all of this was happening before I moved down here. Like, my plan was always to move down here because I kind of perceived this as being the place where I was going to get more work, and also because I do costume work as well, so that helped with that. So yeah.
So your humble beginnings were in which city?
So I'm from Lancaster originally, but I studied fashion up in Scotland. So I've moved around a fair bit, I think. But yeah, I enjoy that. I love going to new places and meeting new people. We've talked about moving to Berlin, so maybe that'll be next. Okay, wow, so these are all my patterns here. The card ones are my sort of, standard patterns. Some of them are my own sort of corset designs.
Tell me through this broken bag kind of corset situation.
So, I exhibited at an art festival. It was when I was in uni. I think it was probably in the 3rd year, I think, in Manchester. And because I make corsets, and I was a student at the time, obviously I was a bit scared, I couldn't buy 4 corset mannequins, so I decided to make my own. I'm very lucky I've got a friend who does metalwork as well, so he made the bases for me.
Sweet.
And then I made these things and I stuffed them with like basically scraps of old fabric. So they were fine when they had corsets on them, but obviously like over time as well they've just kind of gone.
She's broken.
Yeah. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with her. I love this hip panel. So this is actually from an Edwardian shape. So I started experimenting with that to create my own pattern from that. So I've got a couple of patterns that I use. I just think it's really flattering because the hip panel really draws attention to the waist and makes it look like your waist is smaller. I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to pattern cutting. I love flat pattern cutting. I know a lot of people hate pattern cutting, but I love it, and I love working out how to make things fit. So like working that pattern out for me was really exciting. Well, this is the last corset that I've been working on. So this is actually for a collection that I'm doing. You probably can't see it. I started with the inspiration of like My Little Ponies, so I've actually like incorporated some sort of pony elements into it. So this bit here is kind of inspired by bridal type stuff and some of the features that I found on that, and like the whole shape and everything. I'm sort of working on that. Hopefully I'll finish it in the next month or so. So I get ideas from all around. Like literally I find that I'm best when I'm busy and I've got loads on, and I kind of just draw inspiration from everything around me. So then I'll start with like a specific, maybe it'll be a design that will pop into my head, or maybe it'll be a theme. So I'll start with that theme and I'll maybe research elements of it. Like I said, you probably can't tell from this actually, but it started with a kind of like My Little Pony theme, and then I sort of, which sounds ridiculous, I know, but I wanted to do something in pastels. So then I started researching sort of like actual sort of pony kind of stuff, and so I brought elements of that into my design. So it's just kind of about getting something and like just going with it, and also not getting too attached to a specific idea as well, because I find that if you do that, you limit yourself.
So what is this collection you're doing?
So it's just like a mini collection that I had an idea, like, so I try to kind of keep doing sort of mini collections so that I can showcase my work. I don't always have as much time as I would like to do that, but it's just kind of like so that I can promote myself, and so that people can have an idea of what I do and my style and what I'm capable of, so that if they want to come to me for commissions, which is my main source of work, you know, they're sort of quite aware of, you know, or maybe it'll give them some ideas of what they might want.
Tell me one of your like biggest collaborations or biggest creations you've ever done for a home.
Oh, well, I actually once got the chance to work with Ian at the Whitechapel Workhouse, who makes costumes for Modesty Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a little bit of work helping to finish one of her costumes, which was amazing. I actually met her at a corsetry conference. She's a really lovely woman. But yeah, that's probably the sort of most famous person that I've worked on a costume for. I did some time when I was at uni, I did a 4-month placement at the Royal Opera House as well. So I got to work on some costumes for the opera singers and stuff then. So I guess that's kind of, yeah, that was really exciting.
Because you've got women in different shapes and sizes. Can they all come to you for a corset?
Absolutely, yeah. I work with men as well. Sometimes to create a more masculine shape, or sometimes cross dresses as well. So anyone of any shape or size can come to me, and we will work with what they've got and work to their requirements, like to create the shape that they want. So I've been Yasmin. You can find my corsetry work at www.feverishimaginings.com, or you can find me on Facebook and Etsy as Feverish Imaginings, on Instagram at Feverish Imaginings, and Twitter at Feverish Dreamer. Thank you!